Hey you guys, welcome back to Leanne's Corner. I hope you guys are having a lovely day. I am, and Merry Christmas to you guys. I had a good Christmas. My Christmas was really lovely. I enjoyed everything that day. I enjoyed everything on Christmas. I got what I wanted. What I wanted for Christmas was for my kids to have a good Christmas, and they did. So I am so blessed for that to be done happen, even though it happens every year. But I still am blessed. I am not ashamed to thank God for everything. So anyway, let's get into this Love and Hip Hop New York season 6 episode 2. So before we start this video off, what I'm gonna need for you guys to do is click that thumbs up button. That thumbs up button. Okay, it starts off by introducing the girl Cardi B. Ow! What up, you guys, or whatever? So she's on the stripper pole and she's introducing herself, and she's just saying like, I'm a regular schmegular girl from Brooklyn or whatever, and she's a stripper who's trying to become an upcoming artist. And she's popular. She's well known from Instagram. But when she's done performing, she sees DJ Self. She walks up to him. They talk. She let him know, hey, I gotta talk to you. Meet me in VIP. So when he gets to VIP, she's doing this video, and she tries to add him in it. And he was like, no, whoa, what you doing? Then she was like, what's up with that? And he was like, yo, let's just keep it professional. So she was like, okay, keep it professional. Keep your hands off of me, nigga, since you want to take it there. So then she was just saying in her confessionals, like, he wants to keep it professional. He needs to stop sweet talking me. He needs to stop inviting me to his house. He needs to stop doing all the extra bullshit. So she let him know, like, hey, if you're talking to somebody, just let me know. She was like, because I can't be mad because I'm also with somebody. And he was like, but he in jail, though. She was like, he still treat me all right, even though he's behind bars. She was like, he treat me good. He treat me better than you. So he wasn't really trying to hear that shit or whatever. So she was just letting him know, I hate it when you lie to me. I hate it when you lie to me. So then he was like, he really didn't pay that no mind. He was just like, yo, give me a hug. So she gives him a hug or whatever. Then it moves on to Ra and BBOD. Bad bitches on deck. Hey. So they meet in like this little restaurant or whatever. So Sexy Lexi comes up to Ra and hugs her and was like, hi, Ra. And then Mo was like, hey, daughter. I would have stopped her right there. Bitch, I am not your fucking daughter. I am your manager. So they sit at the table, and Rogers let her know, like, you didn't have to handle that with Bianca at the event. You could have waited outside the event to confront her. So Mo was like, where was I going to confront her at? How was I going to contact her? Bitch, you had plenty of ways to contact her. You said when you was arguing with her that she lived in the project, so your ass could have went to the projects to confront her. So then Rob was just like, I'm not having this whole foolishness, this whole fuckery. Like, I'm not having it. If I'm going to manage you, you need to act right. So Mo wouldn't let her talk or whatever, and so Mo they went back and forth. So then Mo was just like telling Lexi, whatever she got to tell me or whatever I got to tell her, I will let you know, and you can tell her, and she can let you know, and you can tell me, since that's just your manager. And she gets up and walked the hell off. So Lexi, she's trying to explain to Ra, like, possibilities of why she's so upset and why she's so aggressive and why she's so fucking ratchet. Mo comes back and was like, so I see you still sitting here, so you must want to work with her because she's trying to break us up. Because Rod did tell her, look, she was like, you just need to get your Beyonce on and leave Destiny's Child in the past. So and she called her the Winkers leak and all of that stuff. So Mo came and got her. Lexi had got up and left. If I was Lexi, to be honest, I wouldn't have gotten up. Like, bitch, you not finna fuck up. Like, you always fucking up. So I'm not finna continue to let you fuck up and ruin my chances of trying to get to where I want to be in life. And had to let Mo know that. And Mo is so goddamn ugly. Like, she's not cute to me. You got a fucked up outlook. Like, you ugly on the outside, and then you got a fucked up attitude. You are ugly overall. Then it moves on to Rich Dollaz. He's getting out of his car, and then he's walking into a building, and I noticed that, okay, who is this young skinny thing walking with him? Who is this model? Like, who is this girl? Because they would not show her face. They just showed the back of her. So as he gets into his apartment, and he says in his confessionals that his daughter is going to be staying with him. I believe her name is Ashley. So I'm like, okay, Mona, you done got me, because you had me thinking that Rich Dollaz had hopped from Love and Hip Hop New York to Hollywood to back to New York again with these hoes. So I thought their scene was so, so cute. He laid down his rules and was like, you gotta be taking out the garbage. She was like, that's a man's job. No, and he was like, no boys. She was like, I don't know no boys here. And then he was just like, you gotta make up your bed before you go. And then she was like, okay, since you got your rules, I got my rules. Leave that gold membership shit alone, and because it's all about me now, and don't be bringing no girls around, and don't be clubbing and partying and all of that crap. So they came to an agreement or whatever. Then he asked her about her boyfriend. They're not together no more. Then he asked her, was she a virgin? And she was like, no. And then he was like, so, yo, you ain't no virgin? Are you kidding me? He was like, you just dropped the bomb on me. So he was just talking to her and let her know, like, what guys are good for her and what guys are not, because he don't want no guys running no game on his daughter. Like any man should, but you got some niggas that are out there who don't care. He was like, I don't want you to have a guy like me. So I totally respect him for that. She got teary-eyed and stuff, and it got a little bit emotional up in there, but I am so happy. Like, I'm loving this storyline right about now. I am so loving it, so I can't wait to see what their storyline is going to continue to be like throughout the season. So then it moves on to Remy Ma and Rob. I guess Remy called Rob like 2 hours ago, and they were supposed to meet up to go shopping. And Rob took 2 damn hours. Like, bitch, I would have went shopping and left. I wouldn't have waited on her. And so Remy went ahead and did her little shopping, and by the time she walked out, she seen Rob pulling up, and she's like, this bitch here. So they start talking or whatever, and Remy was like, bitch, you late. And so they start talking about the whole BBOD, bad bitches on deck, and Ra, she really wasn't here for that. She ain't had time to hear for that. So hear that. She was like, she interrupted her and was like, well, anyway, you got your little music drama, but me and Papoose are gonna do a wedding ceremony. And she was like, I wanted you to help plan it. And of course, Rob was like, yes. So Rob's like really, 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 really excited to help her girl plan her wedding. So then it moves on to Tara and Amina. Now, Amina goes and meet up with Tara. I don't care what nobody say. They did not fucking meet. They did not fucking just bump into each other. They met up. Tara was like, yo, this is where I'm gonna be, da-da-da-da-da. And she goes and confront her, ask her about, has Peter been staying with her? So Amina goes and asks Tara, like, have you seen Peter? Like, do you know where he be? Like, he don't come home, blah, blah, blah. And has he been staying with you? And Tara was like, not necessarily, no. If I was Amina, I would have punched that bitch in the face. I would have punched her in the face. What the fuck you mean, not necessarily? And then turn around and say, no, it was a yes or no question. Yes or no, bitch. So Tara wanted to know, like, why Amina was coming to her, and she was like, Amina was just like, I just want you to tell me the truth. Is Peter over there? And she was like, why are you coming to me? And she was like, because Peter lies. And then Tara was like, well, according to Peter, you guys aren't together. So Tara was like, we are together. So then they go to arguing, and Tara was just like, if you messed up there and fucked up our whole family or whatever, and then yada yada yada. If another girl was to come and basically do the same thing that Amina did, and like just a whole bunch of bullshit. Like they just bullshitting around, and so Tara was just like, basically, you just want somebody to feel sorry for you, and these girls, I just can't like. You both got Peter or whatever, and I just don't understand that storyline at all. So it just makes it so hard to do because I don't understand their storyline. They argue over the same shit. It's so stupid. It's so boring. It's so whack. It's so this. It's I'm not here for it. So like basically what it was like they argue and then Amina just walks off. So Yandy and Bianca meet at this bar and they go discussing what happened at the Gwinnett Fest. So Yandy lets her know, like, hey, you did good, but what's up with this whole beef between you and Mo? What happened? So Young B goes on to explain, was like, she was sitting in her section, so Mo comes over there, and she was thinking that Mo was just coming over there to just talk and try to squash the beef. Which she's a lie. She's a lie. Because from the time she got on that stage, they were both egging at each other. They were both nagging at each other. Even when Bianca was on stage and BBOD was performing, Bianca was like, She had attitude. She had attitude. Excuse my face, but that's what she was doing. So, you mean to tell me that you thought she was coming over there to squash beef? Come on, get the fuck out of here with that. But what she is telling the truth about is that Mo did come for her. She did. But Bianca could have been like, she could have just sat there or just got up and walked away. Because like my mama always told me, they can't argue by their goddamn self. So Yandy just lets her know, like, I can't work with you if that's how you're going to be. If this is how you're going to be when you're with me. Like, no one's going to want to work with you if you're going to be so ratchet, bring so much drama to every event that you go to. No one's gonna want to work with you. So Bianca in her confessional was like, Yandy will be a fool if she lets me go. No, you're being goddamn fool because you've been out of the light for 9-10 years. Like, you've been going for a long time. So then she just tells Yandy, she was like, I really do want to work with you, yada, yada, yada. And Yandy was like, yo, I got to think about it. But don't Bianca look pulled back? Like, she looked like she took some of her chicken noodle soup money and put it in her titties, and she looked like she put it in her face, too. Because, like, to be honest, like, if that's what you did, like, boo, you are too young. Like, me and you, like, the same age. You are too young to be putting Botox in your face unless her skin is just naturally tight. But she looked Botox to me. Tell me what you guys think. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think about Bianca's skin. Then it moves on to DJ Self. And he's in his crib or whatever. And he's FaceTiming with Cardi. So she's like, they talking or whatever. Then he's like, he hears his girl coming down the stairs. So he'd be like, yo, let me call you back. My man calling. So his girlfriend comes downstairs and she hugs him or whatever. And then she's like, whose ring is this? Well, you had another girl over here. I'm going to put this picture on Instagram and have them, to find out who ring this is, blah, 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 blah. And then he denies it as any man would. And he was like, it was the cleaning lady's bullshit. That was Cardi's ring. And he's like, she's just going off on him, and then she starts speaking Spanish. He was like, I don't speak Spanish, ma. And she was like, you're gonna learn today. Can't believe you have me here. Whose ring is this? And she's just going off, call me a cab. No, bitch. Where is your car? Why are you taking cabs to this nigga's house? Why isn't he not picking you up? Like, I don't understand. Like, these girls on here, they're just too much. So then it goes on to Mr. Pap, who's in the studio. He's flipping and running and flipping and running and getting the yam and getting the film. So Remy comes to the studio and he stops his session. They sit down and talk, and she lets him know that she asks for Ra's help on planning the wedding, and he was like, "Yo, you need to be careful." And I guess because she never came and visit Remy while she was in prison. So, like, I feel him on that. Like, I can't be friends with, like, if I was in prison and one of my best friend didn't come see me at all, like, yo, we ain't friends no more when I get out. Then they start talking about their kids, and Papoose has his child by somebody else, and Remy has her son by someone else. So he was like, "You and my daughter been disconnected since she got out or whatever." So Remy was like, ever since she turned 18, it's like she thinks she grown. So I let her think that she's grown. And Remy was like, her son just be making her want to slap the shit out of him sometimes because of how he's acting. Like, the kids aren't listening to her. So they're gonna set up I guess go out for lunch and discuss what's been going on and, like, why they're so disconnected, why the kids aren't listening or whatever. So then it goes on to Rich, Dollaz and Miracle Whip. Now, they're talking, and Rich he flew her in so he could drop the bomb on her, like, hey, our baby girl done had sex. Now, before he gets to that, she goes and talks about how I guess she's been preaching in the Dominican Republic, and now she wants to take that to the next level. So she wants to, I guess, commit 2 years to it. Do it for like 2 years. So he was like, yo, when did you plan that? And she was like, when you got Ashley. So he was like, whoa, like, you ain't, like, why you ain't say that shit from the beginning? But Rich said, of course, he was like, with that being his daughter or whatever, he was like, and he loves her to death, he wouldn't mind having her for 2 years. So then Rich drops the bomb on her and lets her know that their baby girl, she done had sex. So the mom was like going off. He was like, whoa, whoa, now remember, this happened on your watch, because the mom did say, like, maybe I shouldn't go to the Dominican Republic to pursue what I want to do. And he was like, no, bitch, this happened on your watch. So then it moves on to Remy, Paps, and the kids. So, well, the grown little girl and the little boy. So then they're talking, and she has a red eye. Like, she had got into a fight or whatever. So her daddy's like, what's up with you in this fighting, yo? She was like, I was defending myself. So I'm like, your ass 18, but you talking like a little girl. You want to be grown. And now look where grown is getting you. It's getting you to get your ass whooped. So the daughter was like, look where I get it from. Bow, bow. And Remy was like, hold on, little girl. Do what I say, not what I do. Remy just tells the little girl, like, look, you need to stop all this fighting, because you can be put in jail, you could be put in the hospital, or you could be put in somebody's morgue, and I don't want that to happen to you. So just, like, stop with the bullshit. So they wanted to change the subject a little bit, and Remy goes to take the phone from her son, and he, like, snatches back. I would have slapped the shit out of him. She looked like that's what she wanted to do, but she was like, these cameras right here, and I'm not trying to go to jail for knocking the shit out of you. So she asked the little girl, like, can you be in, she was like, I want you to be in my wedding, and, her son's gonna walk her down the aisle and stuff. So it ended pretty good. So hopefully these kids stop showing their ass in front of this camera. And I hope Remy get it together with these kids, Remy and Pap. So then it moves on to Ice, JJ, Fish, and Tara. And these people are so They're just too stupid. So Tara just invited him over. She's fixing her lettuce and cheese sandwiches. And she just asked him, like, what's going on between you and Amina? And she was like, she came up to me looking for you, and I want to know why you had me move here if you guys weren't together. She was like, you're playing with my emotions and stuff like that. And he's just like, well, she don't really know that we not together. I'm sleeping on the couch and shit, and them motherfuckers ain't getting along. Tara, you're playing with your own feelings because you allow him to get to you that way. Like, I don't understand. You moved from your beautiful home all the way to a condo or apartment where this man lives. This man and his wife live, and you think that he's, come on, get the fuck out of here. The same shit you was telling Amina, you should have said that. You should have been taking that advice. So then in walks Amina, and Tara's just like confronting Ice JJ Fish in front of Amina. And basically she was like, you told me that Amina was something that went too far. So then Peter was like, Amina asked him, are you still fucking her? He was like, yeah, it has happened. And then Amina just goes off and was like, you talk all this shit about how you're gonna move on, how you were trying to move on from Peter, and then you're still fucking him, and you talked all that shit about me, but yet you still fucking him. Now you decide to fuck a bitch. And then she moves on to Peter, and she was like, I'm a mistake that went too far. She slaps the shit out of Peter. And then she walks out, and she gets ready to walk out, and she chugs her phone. And she looked like she wanted to hit Tara. And if I was Amina, I would have chugged that phone at her ass too. Because she's messy as hell. She's a fucking hypocrite, like the girl said. And like, I can't. Like, I would have, my dad told me, and my dad was talking about it. He was like, you seen that she wasn't gonna hit her because you seen how Tara looked at her. I don't give a fuck. I would have chugged that fucking phone and hit her right smack dead in the forehead. Like, I would have I would have hit her. And I don't, oh man, Amina's good because I would have chugged her just because I was that angry. Bitch, you ain't finna be left without getting the lick too. And while Amina's walking out, she says that she's pregnant. So that was the end of everything. So thumbs up this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode. Like, just comment down below and let your girl know. I hope you guys have a lovely, lovely day. Bye. I'll see you guys in the next one.